What's going on, everybody? I've got a lens review for you today. We're looking at the 18 to 135mm STM telephoto lens from Canon. One of my favorite lenses. It is my walk-around lens that I use for pretty much everything. Let's get into it. Yes! Nailed the intro, baby. Thanks so much for tuning into my channel, everybody. My name is Jimmy. I am a freelance photographer and video creator based out of Birmingham, Alabama. My channel here on YouTube is all about photography, video creation, the creative process, travel, point of view type videos, editing, stock photography, all kinds of stuff. So be sure to subscribe to the channel if you like that sort of thing. I've got at least one video coming out every single week, so you have something to look forward to, and I will be here for you guys every single week. So be sure to subscribe and tune in for any future content that I have coming out. With that out of the way, let's go ahead and get into this lens review. So let's get into the specifications of this lens. This lens has a focal range of 18 to 135 millimeters. It's got a maximum aperture of 3.5 to 5.6, a minimum aperture of f22 to 36. It has an EFS lens mount for the APS-C size sensor cameras, so this will not fit onto any of Canon's full frame cameras. It's got 16 elements in 12 groups as far as the optical design. It's got 7 rounded diaphragm blades, has an awesome autofocus and image stabilization built into it, and the front filter size is 67 millimeters. The weight of this lens comes in at 16.93 ounces, so it's just over a pound, and it really is not a bad lens to walk around with. The weight of this lens is actually great when kind of coupled with your APS-C size sensor camera. So getting into the zoom range of this lens, I wanted to show you a series of photos that kind of give you an example of the photos that you can take at 18 millimeters all the way up to 135 millimeters. So these photos that I have coming up here are just some really basic photos I took off the balcony of our apartment. This first photo here was taken at 18 millimeters. This is zoomed into 24 millimeters. This is zoomed into 35 millimeters. This is zoomed into 50 millimeters, 85 millimeters, 107 millimeters, and 135 millimeters. All of these photos were taken when I was standing in the same exact spot. I didn't move from where I was standing. I just took a photo at 18, zoomed in a little bit, took another photo, zoomed in. You get the point. Now, to give you an example of the image stabilization that you can get from this lens when shooting video, when coupled with the STM focusing motor in the lens. The STM motor is absolutely silent in this lens. You cannot hear a thing from it. I'm gonna go ahead and put this video in here. This is some kind of close-up video shots that I took handheld when sitting at my desk. And this is zoomed all the way into 135 millimeters with the image stabilization on. So you can see from the video clips here, the image stabilization works really, really well. I was sitting at the minimum focus distance from the subjects here on my desk. So I was about 1.3, about 1.5 feet away from the subject. So you can actually get really, really close to your subjects when shooting with this lens at 135 millimeters, which is really, really nice. I picked up this lens in the middle of 2020, so I've been shooting with the lens for probably about 5 or 6 months now, and all around, it's been fantastic. I mean, I've really enjoyed shooting video with it. The photos that I've got with it are great. I'm gonna kind of show you some of these photos here real quick that I've snapped with this lens, and just to kind of give you an example. So I'd like to talk a little bit now about who I think this lens is really good for and what you could actually use the lens for in kind of like practical everyday shooting. As I said before, this lens is for Canon's APS-C size sensors, so it's a crop sensor lens. It doesn't fit onto the full frame cameras. The 18 to 135 millimeter focal range is equivalent to about a 28 to 216 millimeter focal range on a full frame camera, so you have a really good field of view with this lens. Like I said, the image stabilization works fantastic. The STM focusing motor in the lens is absolutely silent, so you can shoot really good video with this lens. The front of the lens does not move when the lens is focusing. There's no focusing creep on the lens or anything like that. The focusing ring on the lens is actually set back a little bit from the front element on the lens, so it's really easy to handle the focus ring. You don't have to worry about your finger, the tips of your fingers creeping in the front of the lens or anything like that. The zoom ring is really wide. It's got a good grip on it. It's really easy to zoom in and out with this lens. I've absolutely loved using it. So I think for the everyday shooter, someone who's just kind of going out, walking around, shooting photos, getting some video and stuff, I think this lens is absolutely fantastic for that. Currently, this lens right now is selling for about $399 on B&H, and you can also get it used on eBay for about $170 to $220 or so. I've kind of found some variable pricing and stuff on the used market on eBay. I probably will end up having some affiliate links in the description of this video, so if you click on them, I do get a little bit of a kickback from any purchases you make. It really helps out myself, helps out the channel, so I appreciate that. If you have any questions at all about the lens, feel free to drop them in the comments. Let me know. I'd be more than happy to help you out. I also have an email available on my channel, so you can send me an email if you don't want to leave a public comment or anything like that. And I would be more than happy to help you out. If this video was helpful for you guys, be sure to hit the like button and be sure to subscribe to my channel for future content that I got coming to you. I got at least one new video coming out every single week, so tons of stuff coming up for you guys on stock photography, a little bit of travel, some more reviews. Also, I have a new piece of product that I got, so I'm gonna be doing a review on that.